Arriving at a fancy restaurant, David is stopped by a security guard who looks him up and down and judges his appearance. "Where do you think you're going? This place here is for those who have money, and apparently you don't." David says he has a reservation and insists on getting in, but the cop pushes him out. Once again, the security guard says that place is not for people like him and tells him to leave. He doesn't leave and explains that he is a customer like everyone else. "Do you have money to buy a reservation here?" He doesn't even have money to buy clothes. Irritated by these words, he pushes the policeman aside and enters. Arriving inside the restaurant, two girls who were talking to and look, when they see who was entering, they get up and shout, "Oh, it can't be. This kind of redneck people here, waiter does something." Still entering, he asks if she was talking about him and asks for respect, but the girl keeps attacking and says, "It's up to you. It stinks how you had the courage to come in here like that." David asks for respect once again and her friend says, "Andressa, if calm down, you're going crazy. You don't need to treat him like that, with a little respect, right?" But Andressa says that it's not the wrong one there, but the guy who entered the restaurant in that situation and with that outfit. At that time, the waiter arrives with a glass of water and asks if something is going on. Andressa says, "Of course, can't you see that stinky and disgusting hillbilly? How do you let him in a place like this? Since you're not doing anything, I'll do it." She takes the full glass and throws it at the guy, who indignantly asks if she's going crazy, but Andressa starts laughing at him. So her friend asks if it was really necessary to do that, and the boy also asks, "Why did you do that? What did I do to you? I do not know you." The waiter apologizes to him for the situation and says he will find a place for him to sit. The boy thanks him and the waiter says he will bring the menu. At that time the manager arrives and starts fighting with him, saying, "How can you let a guy like that in here? I have a very important meeting today with the new owner of all this here. Get your way and get him out of here now, go." The waiter goes to the boy's table and asks him to leave, because he's already had problems with customers and with the boss. "Because of him, I don't even want you here anymore. You probably don't even have money to eat here. Look at you with all that dirty and messy clothes." David remains seated and asks the waiter to calm down and asks why he is treating him so badly when he arrived and he was treating him well, since he does have a reservation and money to pay for anything they sell. The waiter says that it doesn't matter if he has a reservation or money, he just wants him to leave before he has to force it. He insists that the waiter just write down his order like everyone else's, because that's what he is, but the waiter says he has no right there and starts making insults about his appearance. Still calm, David says that they started the wrong way and asks, "Do this, bring me an orange juice and I'll go, okay?" The waiter, seeing that this was the only way for that guy to get out of there, says he's going to get the best orange juice and then he has to leave. Laughing at his face, the waiter enters and pees in the glass of juice. Arriving at the table, he hands the glass and David asks him to bring the dish of food of the day too, but the waiter says that he will only bring it if he drinks the juice that asked first. He then puts the glass in his mouth, and when he feels that it wasn't juice he spits on the floor saying it's horrible. The waiter laughs at him, who asks again, "I don't know why this treatment, I'm having a lot of patience with this place. That it sucks." The waiter throws a paper in his face and he starts to get irritated with everything that happened there. He decides to go to the bathroom to calm down and wash his face, alone while he is returning to the tables. He thinks, "These guys are going to have a surprise later for treating me badly just because of my clothes." When he leaves the bathroom, the waiter is serving the girls who were celebrating Andressa's birthday. Hearing the conversation about the birthday, he approaches the table wishing her happiness, but continuing with the same attitude as before. Andressa replies that it is impossible for someone to be happy with him stinking in the same environment. The friend asks her to calm down, because the boy is just being polite and wishing congratulations. David is embarrassed and apologizes, saying he can leave, but before he leaves, Andressa throws the piece of cake in his face, saying, "Already you want to participate, you will, here's your piece of cake." The boy is even more embarrassed, and the friend who was not liking those attitudes that Andressa was having and asks, "You're going crazy doing this, you don't change?" Already tired of everything he's going through, he goes back to the table he was at and thinks, "I don't know why they're treating me so badly. I tried to drink the juice and I couldn't. I tried to eat a snack and they didn't bring it until now. I can't understand these ignorant people, but I had an idea. I'm going to change clothes and come back." The boy leaves and returns to the restaurant in social clothes. He approaches the security guard saying he has a meeting scheduled with the manager. At that same time, the security guard understands who he is and begins to apologize for the way he treated him, saying, "I'm sorry, David, I didn't know it was you at that time. Is there anything I can do for you?" But David tells him to get out of the way. Entering the restaurant again, the girls are surprised at how he is, and just looked at him without saying anything. When the manager arrives and finds him, he sees who David really is. He also starts to apologize, saying he didn't know. David, showing that he is the new owner, spoke to the manager and the waiter who was also there. "You judged me by my clothes and were rude to me, so get out of my establishment. You are all fired." After saying that, he gets up and goes to the table where the girls are. But before he said a word, one of them says that he always treated him well, and he agrees, saying, "Calm down, lady, you treated me very well. The doors of my restaurant, she is always open for you. As for your friend, I cannot say the same." She asks them to sort it out between them and gets up to leave. After the friend leaves, Andressa, already interested in him, asks David to go out with her later to talk. But David says that now she just wants to go out because she knows who he is, and kicks her out of the restaurant. Andressa gets irritated, starts cursing him, and then leaves. Finally, David arrives at the security guard and also tells him to leave. Trying not to be fired, the boy begs to stay, saying he has a family, but David says he should have thought about it before judging by appearance.